Hello, how are you on this Thursday? I hope you're doing really well. And if you are a women traumatic brain injury survivor, I am here to say, listen, if you don't recognize who you are anymore, it's okay. I know it doesn't feel okay, but God knows who you are and who you authentically are, which is so much more than than your mind and your body, your connection. You are seeing just your mind and your body connection. When you look in the mirror, you may even not even be really looking at you. You're looking at your face and your hair and that when you're doing your makeup. I did that for a lot of years. And you know what? When you really take the time to look inside here, you're going to find who you authentically are. It's not easy to take that step, to look in here. I remember the day that I took that step. That day, I was like, oh my gosh, I have been looking at me, but not at me. And I just cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And I tried to just talk in here. And I didn't know what I was supposed to say in here, but I wanted to talk to me in there. And I did. And the more I talked to me, the more I cried. And I just walked away. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Mirror work, though, does work. If you've never heard of Louise Hay, look her up. She is not a survivor, but she is a lady that did mirror work. And she healed herself. I believe her book is called How You Can Heal Yourself. You deal with physical things from the brain injury, but you can step forward with faith, knowing that you are meant to be here because God saved you. You were probably told you weren't supposed to be here. Many of us have. And if you were going to make it, you weren't going to be beyond a vegetative state. Well, that's what my family was told. And as you can see, I am not. I am definitely not that person. God and I had a talk when I went in rehab, and I said, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to do, and being like this is totally not okay. And so, when you are ready to stop listening to what the mind is telling you to keep you safe, you've been through a lot. No one is going to deny that. No one is going to belittle what you have gone through. You've been through a lot. More than the average person that walks on the street. And then more than that, you look normal, but you want people to understand that you're not normal, whatever that means. But you know what? When you start to accept who you are from the inside out, it doesn't matter what the other people think anymore. But I remember being at that point where I just wanted to be seen. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be loved, and I wanted to be respected. And I wanted that person to understand what it was like to be me. That I have to do all these little things in order to keep myself safe, in order to complete things, to appear normal. But you know what? The world doesn't care. As awful as that is to say and to hear it come out of my mouth, that's the world we live in. but I do. And I see you. I hear you. And I understand. And let me tell you, doing the work on the inside out is some of the absolute best work I have ever done in my life, besides having my children or being gifted with my children and raising them. I know I am enough. And I walk with confidence and I posture up because I know I am God's child. So are you. He saved you for a reason. I don't know the reason, but I am willing to take you on that journey to help you to figure out what it is that rides on your heart that you are being called to do and be and have in this life. And you are good at something. You have a superpower. We all do. Granted, we all walk around with gratitude as a superpower. And many of us have empathy. I have a light. I have a heart. And I have the experience and the knowledge after doing what I've done to get me where I am today, to help you to know that you are just beginning to rise. The day and the moment you say yes, it may be a long journey. It may be a short journey. I don't know. It depends. Depends on how much you see the resistance and you take in the resistance. If you see things in your eyes open wide and you're able to adjust and switch super fast, you will hopefully be able to go and move through life and through the acceptance much quicker than what I did. But I had a lot of years before I got introduced to this. And I was introduced to this at a point in time when a neuropsychologist had told me that she didn't understand why I didn't like myself, why I didn't like who I was, and I didn't love me. And I walked from that appointment and said, I don't need to go back. And then I found mindset coaching. And they didn't judge me. They didn't judge me at all. They didn't actually really believe, because it was always on the phone. They're like, you didn't really have what you're saying you had. And I'm like, yes, I have. And I sent them some pictures that I had from the accident. And the coach is like, wow, you really have. And I said, yes. And I have been working in the beginning years or two. I was working, maybe not as diligent, but from December to now, that's how fast things can shift. I have totally and completely, utterly accepted my responsibility here. And my purpose is to help other survivors to find the unconditional love that they are created from the inside with a 3-step system, along with another thing that I had taken on my own to help me to implement even more. And so the biggest gift that you can give yourself today is when you are starting to feel things that you don't want to feel, or thinking thoughts that you don't want to think, just stop in your tracks and take a deep breath. Then analyze how you feel. I have tried this out so many times in my life, trying to prove that I can't make it go away with a simple breath. But what that breath does is one, it gives you oxygen, but two, the most important thing is it brings you into the now, right now.
And when you're in right where you're created to live, which is the now, you cannot self-sabotage and you cannot suffer. And so that's why it just dissolves. Try it. Seriously, when you're feeling or saying or anything in your body, you don't even have to label it. Just stop and take that breath. If you can get it to the feeling to continue on after you've taken a really good deep breath, send me a message. If you do this and you succeed, drop me a message. I want to know the wins and I want to know the losses. And I want to help you to step forward if you're ready to take the journey within. Because the journey outside of you has gotten you so far. Going within will take you places you've never dreamt that you would ever be able to do. And God always walks with you. You never walk alone. And I know that I'm here to walk with you on this journey for a short time to help you to tap into who you authentically are and experience true love, true peace, true joy, and fulfillment from the inside out. I send you love. I send you blessings. May you have a great day. Bye-bye.